How movies work has now changed its name?
Yeah, we're now University of Story because of TV.
Okay.
Because we used to just teach movies, and we realized that was limiting. So when we made the transition, we brought all of our genre tools into showing how these same things work in television. For instance, Breaking Bad is a thriller. So all the rules of thrillers that you might have had in, I don't know, a mystery thriller, LA Confidential, and by the way, True Detective is a mystery thriller too. So all the rules of not showing the villain, of good news, bad news, of ticking clocks, all the genre tools that we used in mystery thrillers, 3 plots, one plot's hidden behind the other, all that stuff applies to True Detective. All the thriller rules of suspense, and making an anti-hero sympathetic by making everyone around him worse. All of that applies to Breaking Bad. So you just stretch the form and use the tools. So we could no longer say it's how movies work. So we thought, well, that's just not how TV works either. It's how story works. And by the way, all of these things we teach work in novels too. They work in books. They work anywhere there's a narrative form. We have a structural tool called the BMOC, which is beginning, middle, obstacle, and climax. These are the 4 points in any great story where the hero's asked to change. And they're in every great story, whether it's Star Wars or The Fault in Our Stars or Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift. And these 4 points also work inside every scene. They're in every action sequence, this BMOC. So this rhythm of story is present in all great stories. So we have a lot of novelists now. And they aren't even novelists who want to necessarily translate their story to television movies, although a lot of them are. But this BMOC pattern transforms their novels. It transforms their story. We have a music video guy who's come in to study with us because this BMOC form works in 6-minute music videos too. And so do all the tools of structure and suspense. So it's all one thing. I mean, I know that sounds very counterculture-y, but it is. It's all one thing. It's just one rhythm. Just like a pop song, no matter how cool or hipster, has a chorus, a bridge, a verse, structure, right? Kanye does, and Ry Cooder does. They all do. Why? Because the human brain is wired to have a certain set of beats in any narrative form. And that's what we talk about, this BMOC structure. It works always. Bad stories, by the way, don't have this. And that's part of why they're bad. Most movies are bad. Most television is bad. And it's applying the tools properly that makes part of what makes the stories great. It's simple, but unless you're conscious of it, you won't do it. If you don't have good news, bad news, raising stakes, and ticking clocks on every page of your story's going to be boring. But hardly anyone teaches that. And being conscious of how those tools work is how you start putting them on every page. And by the way, these suspense tools work in drama, they work in romantic comedy, they work in every genre, and they work in television too.
So each page of a script has to have those elements?
It's better if it does, yes. If you go and look at a Tarantino script, or you go and look at a Chris Nolan script, or you go and look at a Lynn script, you will see on every page, once you've been shown it, that every page has ticking clocks. Every page has good news, bad news. Every page has raising stakes. A lot of them have other suspense tools too, but writers are often unaware of this consciously. They don't build this into their stories when they write them. So just being aware that this is how, and they're cheap tricks, by the way. It's good news. I'm giving you $20. Bad news, I'm slapping you. Ticking clocks is just a bomb ticking down. It's a gun pointed at someone. These are not sophisticated tricks. They're simple. But the greatest artists use them in all of their best work. You've never seen a Tarantino script that didn't have 3 or 4 pointed guns in nearly every scene. It's cheap, and it works like a charm. It entertains. And that's why we also see these in television. Breaking Bad is nothing but a series of excruciating suspense devices. So excruciating, I couldn't even get Ceci to watch it. And when you sit down to watch Breaking Bad, you often have to stop because it's so repellently tension-making. But that's what makes it great.